setting off here in the Outlander SEL, and I think this is the third Outlander that I have driven so far with this new generation. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to Harrison Imports for giving me some time with this Outlander. Check out the inventory and link below. Let's get straight into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic. It's good for 24 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 181 horsepower and then 181 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Outlander. First off, this one's finished in cosmic blue metallic. Notice how the middle portion of the hood is kind of like indented in, looks really good. And then coming down below, we've got the LED lights here with the LED reflector lights, and then the fog light at the very bottom. And then you've got parking sensors along the front with the Mitsubishi logo, and then you've got a camera just down below that logo. And overall, stylistically, looks pretty cool. Coming around the side here, we've got 255mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then notice the design on the wheel looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a bunch of blades pointing towards the center, almost holding up that Mitsubishi logo in the center. Plastic molding there for the fender flare, but then it's body painted in between. Same thing there in the rear. Notice there's a camera there on that side mirror, and there's everything for the side. Notice the chrome trim kind of makes like an L shape. Pretty cool. Now here is the rear cargo area. So first off, we've got the cargo cover right here, and then you've got these to lower down the seats. Nice metallic trim here at the very bottom. And then look at all these goodies like the floor mats. And then we get our special bag that comes with it as well. Just lots of stuff that comes with the Outlander. And well, that's everything for the rear. So we can lock it and then shut it. Wait for it. Closed. Now let's finish things up here in the rear, and this is where things don't look as crazy stylistically compared to the front. So notice that we've got these really cool lights though, and just like wraps around to the center portion of the hatch. You've got your Outlander logo, your SEL badge, parking sensors all along there, and notice that the exhaust tip is kind of like hidden underneath, which pretty interesting. Most SUVs in the segment actually do that, but that's everything for the back. Now here's the door panel in the rear. Notice we've got a shade and then really nice materials on the door panel. So nice leather here with the cool diamond stitching pattern down below, and then more leather down there. We've got some carbon fiber trim with the window control, and it is an automatic window. And then here are the seats. So again, really nice leather there with the perforated leather, and then you've got that cool design in the center. And then stepping in, about 6 foot. Notice legroom is great. Actually fit there from a headroom perspective. Notice we have our own climate zone back here, and then also heated seats. Living the life of luxury here for the rear passengers, but let's head to the front. Now here's the door panel in the front. So again, same really nice use of materials all over, and then even like the controls there for the window controls look really nice. It does have power folding mirrors, does have memory seats, and then here are the seats at the front. Again, just as nice, really comfortable to sit in. Power adjustments there for the seats, pedals down below. And then you've got this for the heads-up display. That's for the rear hatch. Steering wheel is manually adjustable. There's one more look before we pop in. So here is the steering wheel with the Outlander. Notice that we've got the soft touch leather at the top and at the bottom, perforated leather here on the side, so you get a better grip. This one does have cruise control, lane keep, assist, adaptive cruise control actually. Controls for the center stack right there, paddles there on the back for that CVT. Light slash turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, and that's all. Now here is the center screen. Notice you've got the RPMs and then the speed, and then there's a couple different menus you can kind of scroll through to give you different bits of information on the Outlander itself. Looks really cool, really modern as well. And then we've got our different drive modes. So we've got our eco mode, we've got our normal, tarmac, which is kind of like your sport mode, gravel, snow, and then our mud. And I love how it shows the Outlander in the different conditions. I think that was pretty creative, and well, that's all for that. So here's the center infotainment system. First off, we're gonna pop it into reverse. So you've got the backup camera with the trajectory lines and then the bird's eye view as well. And then you pop it over into drive, it'll just go back to the infotainment system. But we've got this camera button right here. Notice you've got the front camera, and then we also have a side camera. This is literally identical to Nissan's system. Interesting. And then also with the infotainment system, like this stuff all looks super similar to what you have in the new Nissans. I wonder why that is. But anyways, it has wireless Apple CarPlay, which is a pretty cool feature. Response time on the screen is great, and well, that's all. We've got our dual zone climate controls down here. This does have heated steering wheel, heated seats as well, wireless phone charger, and then a bunch of charging ports in that area. Here's the shifter for that CVT. Pretty easy to use with the functions. Parking brake right here with the auto hold, and then the drive mode select. Couple cup holders, and then got the center console right there. Notice the nice leather. Notice it's on the dash. There on the dash, like it's everywhere. And then we've got the glove box, pretty normal. And then finishing things up top, we have a full panoramic sunroof here. Controls for it are just right there, and that's all. So it's kind of hard to see the whole window sticker situation because of the glare. But anyways, total MSRP is $38,695. And wait for it. Let's take it out and see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off here in the Outlander SEL. There's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, rest of the rear. Tally ho! So setting off here in the Outlander SEL, and I think this is the third Outlander that I have driven so far with this new generation. I know I've driven quite a few, but it's a cool vehicle, and I've got to review all the packages for you guys, especially with this interior. This is a cool combination with the blue and then this brown interior. I think it looks really good aesthetically. But let's talk about the Outlander. So first off, it's actually a really good, like on the verge of being a luxury car basically. And also there's a GT3 next to us. Actually, not just any GT3, GT3 RS. But anyways, besides the GT3 RS, really smooth. The seats are really comfortable. Like the leather's actually really nice. Everything feels nice from a touch point perspective, but it's just a really comfortable place to be. And I would be more than fine with driving this for super long trips, and you'd be perfectly comfortable with this just because of how everything is set up from a ride quality perspective, and then also from a seating perspective as well. And then aside from that, the CVT is actually pretty good. It still does feel like a CVT, and man, that purple is just like out there. Wow. Still feels like a CVT, but it's relatively smooth and it's not obnoxious or anything like that from a driving perspective. So yeah, no complaints there with the transmission. And I mean, in regular like day-to-day traffic like this, it's more than enough power to get you up and move. I think that it's perfectly fine. See how the brakes are? Yeah, brakes are solid as well. Pop it over into the tarmac mode, because it's the sporty driving mode. Just overall, I definitely love the feel of this. It has this really nice, comfortable feel. And see how the turn-in is here. Yeah, steering's super light, pretty direct though overall, so definitely solid from that perspective. So when you like punch it, you can definitely feel more so that it's a CVT, but I mean it hides it better than most cars. I will say that it definitely hides it better than most. Handling's pretty good, but the thing I'm noticing the most is just how smooth this is. It's very comfortable, doesn't get upset. Even this tarmac mode, it's not really getting upset. If I pop it back into the normal mode, it'll kind of smooth everything out even a little bit more. Yeah, I love how this drives. So let's get into setting things up here with this Outlander. Exterior wise, looks pretty crazy on the outside, definitely unique from a stylistic perspective. Interior wise, it's beautiful. Like there's no denying, like design wise, it looks great. And on top of having a great design, really nice material use all throughout. And so it's just, they've done a really good job with this. There is nothing negative that I can say about the Outlander. And aside from that, again, from a driving perspective, it feels like it's on the verge of being a luxury car. And so if you kind of want a nice luxury car experience from a material standpoint and then also from a driving standpoint, the new Outlander definitely gives that to you. And I don't really like, I just don't really have anything bad to say. The one thing I will say is I hope that Mitsubishi offers a turbo version of this in the future, just something with a little bit more power for people that want something that's a little bit sportier. Obviously it would end up costing more, but I think people would definitely pay to get a little bit more performance out of this. Now let's get some things up for our video on this 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to Harrison Imports for giving me some time with the Outlander. Check out the inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.